Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with today's Scrap Squad Lockdown Lift. Today is lift number 7 and it's a beautiful ombre pink background with 3 banner shaped, equal size banner shaped pieces layered with like a journaling tag here, some florals, a couple frames and a tag here and a little bow, some enamel dots, wooden arrow, a little banner shaped piece there, a striped piece looks like it might be washi tape, some, this looks like a metal embellishment. I have one here that is just a little too garish for the colors I'm going to use, but it's a very similar piece, so that must be something. I bought that in a found objects bin at a craft store at some point. And it looks like a piece of flair, a date stamp. I like the little strips, the word strips layered over the title, and I like that the title reflects the color of this main flower and this piece up here. So I really love everything about this page. And because of that, I think I'm going to, and I kind of decided this last night even before I saw this lift, that I would try to, whatever the lift was, I was going to try to do just the number and type of embellishments that were on it, not necessarily for Calvinball points. So the photo I'm going to use is this one of my husband and me in October, not too long, about a couple weeks after I had shaved my head to be in solidarity with Ava, whose little head had been bald and who was getting some fuzz. She has since lost all that fuzz and now is getting it back. So it's just a selfie of us on it must be on our couch, and the table right behind the couch is where I stack my kits for the various homemade kit groups I belong to. And so it was kind of in a mess. I had been doing some scrapping then. I've since changed things, and it's kind of pretty much loaded with Calvinball stuff right now. And all of that goes away on Wednesday the 1st. So I'm actually looking forward to it. I love Calvinball, as you know, but it begins to, when we have as many rules as we have now, it kind of begins to take over. Okay, so I was kind of freaking out at the idea of having to cut these banner pieces evenly. And I remembered that I had a notepad that was, I think, by Heidi Swapp. And I picked up, and it's been languishing in a storage bin that I call miscellaneous pieces for layering. And the pad came like this. And I have actually kind of scooched things down, kind of like that on there, and like this, and then I cut this top part off. So let me do that to kind of just show you where I'm headed. This is harder to do than you might think, and I was going to do it all on camera for all 3 pieces, and I ended up deciding that I would do 2 of them off camera. You would think that they're cut straight, so if you line up the sides, you'll get this lined up, and that's not necessarily the case. So I'm just going to use scissors to get that. And it leaves me these pieces that I can use for layering. And I've got this background that is not the pretty ombre pink that is in the original, but it's kind of ombre in that it has this sort of rust pink up here that ombres down to a white. And I like it because it's such a contrast from the minty green that I'm using here. So these guys are a little bit wider than the ones in the original, a little bit larger, but I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay them down. I'll put this one pretty close to the side there, and this one kind of similarly close to the side, and I need to line them up on the same line here, which is this line of text that kind of goes over to there. I think that's right. And then I'll squeeze this one in the very middle of those. And it actually works out nicely that the space between them is the same as the space on the edges. I was hoping that would work. Okay, there's before I decorate these, and I have things that I will cover up that just a note to say that's not going to be there. But I thought I'd start on the clusters up at the top and down at the bottom. And then I'll add some I will add some, let me see if I can get a straighter line on this cut. That's gonna be a little bit tough. I may do better puncturing it and then going, okay. That's good, and it makes it a little bit smaller. I'm gonna use a piece of this small doily up at the top as my anchor. And then I'll layer it up with some things. I had a number of ideas for what to put up there. I can see on the original that there's a little banner cut piece, so I actually cut a banner out of this blue vellum, and then I have this arrow cut out of white glitter paper that I thought could go along there, and then maybe pop this butterfly up. I think I'll go with that, and then I can add enamel dots as I go along. The vellum I'm gonna stick down with liquid glue because it eventually dries clear and has a matte finish, and you really will not see it underneath that or with the vellum, through the vellum. You almost don't see it now. Okay, now my white arrow, what did I do with it? Here it is. And I'm just gonna put it down with liquid glue as well. I'm probably doing this off camera. I have to watch and keep everything between these lines. I'm not doing a lot of glue because I kind of want the ends to stay, to be able to curl up. And I think that's working. I'll put a pop dot on here. Now I'm going to add, I need to add some green up there, but I feel like it needs to be similar to this green. I have this little geotag, but I think I'm going to go with these 3 enamel dots. One right there, right here, and another small one right here. Okay, so that adds that minty green up in there. I hope to use this geotag, but it may end up down at the bottom. Okay, speaking of down at the bottom, let's do that one. And that one, a little bit, I want to be careful that it doesn't overtake this. I want to do I've got all kinds of things out here that I thought might work. This is a tag that's the same color as that minty green, and I like that about it, but it's too big, so I thought I might use half a tag. Well, actually, I want to get the I'll get the ribbon hole covered. I'm not sure how this is gonna look, but I figure if I layer it up with enough stuff, and see, I cut it, I didn't cut it squarely, but that's okay. I can layer it with a tab-like thing, maybe this sunshine over in the skinny part. Let me do that. I'll just take a leap of faith here and put this up. I want the end even with that, and then we take what we get with this. I'll put this guy on there. I'm introducing this yellow color, and it may not be a great idea. I wanted a camera, and I have these 3. I always like using these vellum cameras because they have a very lightweight. They don't add a lot of heaviness to your layout. I love this one, but it's too big. I love the flowers, so I'm going to go with this little pink one that I've done some glossy accents on the heart that's in the lens. This is fussy cut from an Amy Tangerine paper from years and years ago. So I'll do that there. And then I have a small metal postcard. They've got this metal embellishment and a piece of flair. I'm gonna just go with this little postcard. Oh, okay. I thought it might stick better if I did this. It seems like I need something round. I've got tabs and tickets and let's maybe look in here. Maybe I have a sticker in this. Set right here. Not thrilled with anything there. I do see a word strip I like, and so I'm going to kind of wedge it in here. And I'm going to, before I do that, let me do the date stamp. I have the date set on it already. Yep, that's the right way. Okay, that worked almost too perfectly. I like that. Let me put it up on a little tiny bit of foam, and it'll have a little bit different profile because it'll have some shadowing. Get this down here. I'll cut these odd shape. I never throw any foam away because I tend to use it even the skinniest little pieces. And besides, I'm really not crazy about, see, I'm saving even that because I just don't want to put it in landfills. I'm not sure what happens to it, but I think it probably takes 1,000 years. Okay, that's okay there. And I'm going to take a, let's see, I don't want a strawberry. Let me hold off judgment there. Let me check the ephemera. I've got my flowers that I was planning for here. Actually, I was going to layer this library card kind of wonky like that, and then layer up these flowers. They kind of have an orangey pink look, and the flowers in this group have a purpley pink look, and I love that. Here's one that has a little bit peachier kind of hue to it. I think I'll go with that. And I like that kind of popped up so that it overlaps this. This is kind of working out to be a bit of a kludgy corner here. I don't like it as well as theirs, but I can change it later if it just really bothers me. Okay, so let's go back up now to do I want that down there? That may be just adding too much, so I'll hold off. for now. Okay, look at me and my newfound restraint. Okay, I'm going to do this first one with this frame turned this way, and this one like this, and then I have to pick a tag. This one is from the same collection as that one. This one has the black and white polka dots that are kind of a repeat from that. I'm actually going to cut this one. I hate doing that because I don't really want to use that wide end. I'm going to do it like they do. I'm not going to have the luxury of it hanging off to the side because I don't have enough space on the side. Let me try to unplug my glue. Still haven't I'll do it like this, and then I'll kind of build everything around that. I've got this that can go down here, and then the tag could go like that. But there. Okay. That works for me. I'm going to put the glue on there because that's where I want this guy to hit so that I lose that hard edge. Okay, and gonna add a piece of ribbon to that. Do I want black and white twine or white grosgrain ribbon? I think I'm going to go with the white ribbon. Okay, hopefully I have enough. I didn't bring out my little box of bows to mimic the one that they've got down under the tag, so I may look for that. Okay, and it would overlap the photo side over here. Let me cut this a lot shorter. Okay. And I want to spread those apart. Okay. I'll do it that way. Again, let me do some, but I'm almost hiding that other frame. There. And it looks like they've got a word strip across there, so I may think of that. I may do something like that. I'm going to do this one next. I've got this library card. I'm going to pop it up on some foam. I'll run it crossways like this in case I want to layer anything under it. Just kind of put that there. I'm realizing that if I'm doing things over in this close corner, it's great for me, but not so good for you to see what I'm doing. Okay, let me kind of do it like this. Here we go. Okay, and I will do some journaling on here later, but for now, all I'm interested in, I'm going to do this large flower first, and glue it flat. I actually will not be doing any journaling on this because I may do some up in here. I may be able to. Now I will put this under there, and that's going to be held by that. And then let me take this one, pop it up. There. Okay, this flower looks completely out of place, so I'm removing it, and I'll do something else entirely. Maybe I'll stamp something there. Can't stamp it, there's too much height there. Maybe I'll stamp it, stamp it here, but I'll wait to see where my photo's gonna go. I thought I would have it go up here, so if I stamp it kind of towards the top there, and I'm gonna use that same Gathered Twigs ink. Okay. I'm going to pop this up on some foam as well. I thought I had some foam. Aha, I do. I'm making a real mess as I go through this. Okay. There. I'm going to slide it under that. Okay, and I thought I have a million little tabs here that I thought would work up there. What I like the best, I think, is this, either this, I like that lime green kind of stands out there. That's the winner. And because it's chipboard, I'm going to add a little glue so it doesn't come off. Okay, that's good. I've got a little embellishment. There are a few things that we enjoy and we love and that we're not able to enjoy these days because of the coronavirus lockdown. The reason we're doing this these lifts, not the reason we're doing them, but it's our excuse for doing them. And one of those is going out for coffee. And there's a Starbucks that's walking distance from us through a beautiful park. And we love that and miss it. And it is true, I get Calvinball points for a cup of coffee, but on almost any page that features us, it's an appropriate embellishment. So I've got this antique fair, not that that's particularly one of the things we enjoy doing, but we have done them, and it's a little ticket from a Maggie Holmes collection that I thought would bring in some of the pinks that I've got here. So I'll put that there. There is it looks like in the original, looks like there's something up above here that extends the entire way. I thought, kind of as a nod to the antique-y looking background, I thought maybe I could do this. Okay, I don't want to fold it too well because, well, you know what? I'll fold it and then I'll adhere it with glue. I'll lose. I should have cut it in half, but no. Okay, that goes there, and I think I'm nearing the end. I have all these things that I'm not